Quick, without thinking, what's your favorite Team Fortress 2 class? You're thinking.
Heavy.
Oh.
I don't play, but I'll say Spy.
Noah, you took mine. Mine was the heavy, and you knew it was my favorite.
You're stupid crap.
The heavy's the best. You just point gun and shoot bullets.
Yeah.
I have yet.
I ever really played Team Fortress 2. I was the soldier and the heavy, and
now I imagine I'm in a room and you walk in. And I'm like, oh, good, Noah is here to play the Team Fortress 2. And you have a copy of it in your hand, and you're like, I have something very important to tell you. And then you just smash it, and you go, I have never played Team Fortress 2.
Oh, I love that scene. It was so good.
I actually have no idea what it's from. I just remember you showing me that little, 2-panel comic version of it.
It's from Legends of the Dark King, which is a Fissa North Star prequel.
That shit is a prequel?
Yeah.
Oh,
it has a bunch of side stories and prequels, and I think that's the only one they've animated, but there's a bunch of comics and shit.
Do they tie into Prequel, the MS Paint comic adventure?
No.
Oh. Well, then you've completely lost me.
Infinity! Let's do it.
Titanfall is dead now, right?
I would assume as much. It probably has a small community on Xbox One, but it's probably dead on anything else.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Is it even out on PC yet?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it came out when the Xbox One version came out.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it did or not.
I think the biggest thing that would probably kill it on the PC is since it's an EA game, you have to have Origin, and fuck having Origin.
How do we save Titanfall, gentlemen?
We make a sequel that's more than just
Titans and Falling.
Yeah.
We call it Deity Rise.
Yeah, put in an actual campaign that's actually interesting, especially considering the low standards of first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working with goddamn Titans, with air quotes. You got to be able to come up with some sort of decent futuristic war story.
Yeah. I know there is a campaign that's kind of like a campaign with multiplayer mixed in, but
yeah, from what I've heard, it's not very satisfying though. Which, I mean, I guess that part is par for the course for being a first-person shooter, but
yeah,
you should play it on your PS4, Wes, using Bleamcast. Does anyone remember Bleamcast?
No.
Is that the Dreamcast thing?
It was an actually licensed emulator for the Dreamcast to let you play PS1 games to make them look better. I think Gran Turismo was the only one you could ever play before that shit was fucking burned to the ground. Kaz Hirai showed up, and he was like, very good, and then he just threw a Molotov made out of sake and rice paper. They call that a Japanese cocktail.
What?
I was about to ask Noah where the term Molotov cocktail comes from, but then I remember he told me once while we were playing Red Dead Redemption, and I don't remember the answer, but because I asked him once, he can't answer it again because he's like the Oracle from Aladdin and the one where Aladdin finds his dad and he's a thief.
That's the third one.
Ah, an Aladdin expert.
Which is too many movies.
I had all 3 Aladdin movies.
What about the animated series?
I don't think they ever put that out on DVD.
Mm-hmm. You're one of them fake Aladdin girls.
I do remember playing, or not playing? Playing? I played the Aladdin game, yeah.
Which one? The good one or the ungood one?
Oh, which one is that? Because I hear a lot from both sides.
You know.
I played the SNES one because that's what I had. I was never a Sega person.
Mm-hmm. Because
to this day, I'm not a Sega person.
Sega does what no don't.
I guess.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe you let this go on this long, Noah.
Well,
You're supposed to ground me and keep me
this
real.
is your show. So.
Is it?
Yes.
I had no
It's
idea.
not the No Affinity podcast.
Son, I rock peas on my head, but don't call me a pea head. Bees on my head, but don't call me a bee head. Neither of you know what I'm referencing, so I'll stop.
That sounds really familiar.
It's the Andy Milonakis show.
Oh.
It's my show.
God.
You can't tell me what to do. When life gives me lemons, I make beef stew. That guy was like 40 fucking years old, and he looked like a kid. He was.
Yeah, I never really liked Andy Milonakis.
He had reverse progeria. He's probably dead now. What if a gypsy offered to let you stay as young as you are now, but you would die when you were 40? Would you take it?
No.
Oh, Noah. What about you, Wes? You're young and sprightly.
Not 40.
What?
A little bit older. A few more years. What? And yeah, I'd stay 20 forever. Even if that meant I could never drink, I'd stay 20 forever.
When you're 40 years old, it'll be like 2180, and we'll have colonized Mars. What more do you want to see?
Preferably a bit more of any future children before I have a heart attack and die.
Is that the sequel to Advent Children?
Any future children?
Yeah.
It is, and it stars Sephiroth's son. He's even more emo than Cloud.
Oh, God. I was trying to think of what Sephiroth's name would be, but I don't know any other Jewish terms. What is the Sephiroth, Noah? You know. I know you know.
It's the hierarchy of angels, I believe.
Oh. You
it's
type
that,
so loudly.
I know. It's...
From now on, when you type, Noah, you have to lay a pillow over your keyboard and type over that.
So it's... I know it's got to do with Kabbalah.
He's my least favorite Mortal Kombat character.
I don't know what that means.
He was a guy in Mortal Kombat 3 with a gas mask and dreadlocks, and he had these weird swords that you would know what they were if you saw them, because you know shit like that. They were like long, skinny swords with spikes at the top, but the handguard went around your knuckles and also had spikes.
Oh, a tiger sword?
Tiger! It's Sagat's favorite sword. Tiger sword. And his ability was he'd go, wah, and run past you, and the character would spin really fast, and then he'd punch you, and 25 rib cages would fly out of your body, because it was Mortal Kombat 3. And that shit was balling.
Okay, I do not know what the fuck any of this shit means. I'm looking at the Sephiroth page
you're reading
on Wikipedia, and it is some weird, theological bullshit that I do not have the time to dive into right now. So
you're reading the Tenfey.
So we know
something to do with
numbers
and Jewish mysticism. So
I just imagine you're reading the Tenfey wiki, and you're like, I don't know what any of this fucking shit mean.
Basically, what I'm getting is that Noah's going to read all of this when we're done podcasting, and then next time he's in a video, he just will not shut the fuck up about it.
Maybe.
You know what I got swept up into this week, and I had to manually abort it by rolling my chair away from my computer?
Jesus.
What? I started reading the Shin Megami Tensei wiki.
Oh boy.
You'd fucking fall down a rabbit hole with that one, son.
That shit is crazy.
It's great.
It's got
the Amala network.
We should play Megaten for the Famicom. Was it on the Famicom?
Yeah. It's also on the iPhone, so I could download it and play it right now.
You should, next time we're recording a video, you should play it independently of the game I'm playing, and it'll be a double playthrough.
Alright, if you really want to.
I don't. It's a lie. I was just trying to get your attention.
Okay.
Did you ever know that I had my eyes on you, Noah? I butchered that song, by the way.
That's creepy.
You have eyes on him. Are you watching it through his webcam?
Are
you guys Watch Dogs, Ben?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Are we gonna have to play Watch Dogs for the channel, Ben?
We should. We'll play the PS3 version. It's so good. With its Hogan's Alley pop-up cardboard characters.
Well, I think both of the last gen, i.e. 360 PS3 versions, aren't all that great.
When you when you play the last gen versions, they just have Turok fog.
That'd be great. You already played Turok though. God damn it, man.
We could play Turok. I played it for 1AM Gaming. That doesn't count.
I have Turok, and I think I have...
I have every Turok game simultaneously.
Do you?
No, I have like 2 of them.
I have Turok, and I have Turok 2.
I wanted you to think I was cool.
I did have that really shitty one on the GameCube.
You mean every Turok game?
No, the first 2 were really good.
They're not. Me and my friends loved Turok, and we played it all the time, and we knew it was terrible. We had Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, jeez. I even have the demo disc for like the 2007 reboot.
The Christopher Nolan Turok?
Yeah. And I always kind of wanted to play it to see what it was like, but...
What's Turok's name?
Depends on which Turok, but the one in most of the games is Talset.
Not in the first one, though.
Nah, wait. No, in the first one, it is Talset. And in the last one, right before they did the reboot, it was Talset. And then in 2, they changed it.
I like how you told me I'm the Lord God of this podcast, and it is fucking subject to my whims, and we're talking about the fucking Turok video games. The Turok video games have not been discussed anywhere in like 6 years. The NSA is probably listening now. It's one of their 3 flags.
Why?
You talk about Obama or terrorism or Turok, and they just show up.
Talset, hero of the Valiant Comics, Turok Evolution, Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Why won't he stop?
And then Joshua Fireseed.
Wes, save me.
Is the hero of the acclaimed comics in Turok 2.
It hurts.
I love that last Fireseed.
Yeah.
It's great.
Use those to upgrade to
Danielle
Pyromancy.
and Joseph Fireseed, his younger brother and sister, are the heroes of Turok 3.
There's not a Turok 3.
Shadows of Oblivion, or Shadow of Oblivion.
I won't. What is happening? Where am I?
And then there's Joseph Turok.
They're literally just named after JoJo characters now.
Yeah, Joseph Turok, half Kiowa Space Marine and hero of Turok.
Noah.
For a second there, I thought I said half Space Marine.
It's like, my mom was a Space Marine.
Noah.
Yes, Wes.
Guess what we get to make Ben do?
Oh.
Part 2.
We do!
Show later.
Oh my god. But it's my podcast.
Not anymore. Welcome to the No Affinity Podcast, featuring Wes.
I like how it's No Affinity when my podcast isn't even named after my real fucking name.
Shh.
The Ben Affinity Podcast.
That name.
So,
His Twitter doesn't count.
Yeah. I have a new pet.
Is it 5 cats?
No, it's a bearded dragon.
Is that
a
type of
cat?
cat?
Really popular again. Seems like I know like 2 or 3 of my friends all want to get a bearded dragon.
Yeah. I got him from a friend of a friend of mine because she was like moving out of like her current place and she couldn't keep him. Oh shit! He just ate a cricket. He's getting hungry again.
Oh god, he hungers like Sinistar.
Yeah.
I haven't had lizards in forever, but they would always be fucking crickets in that goddamn tank.
Yeah.
And then there weren't, and I knew we had a problem.
Yeah.
What's the name of the species of the little green and sometimes brown lizards you just see like around your house?
An anole.
Anole, that's my favorite Italian dessert. I'm going to one of them there delis and be like, give me some of them anoles there. Hey, what's the matter with you?
They're originally from like Cuba, I think, and they've just kind of been introduced into a bunch of the environments around here.
My stupid cannoli joke will interferes. You said they're from Cuba?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're from like the Caribbean.
Fucking lizards. Russia couldn't win the Cuban Missile Crisis, so they passive-aggressively just threw a bunch of lizards onto our shores, and now they've taken over.
I'm watching this cricket crawl up to probably his doom, and the way he crawls, it's just like stop motion.
So you got a bearded dragon and you creepily feed it live crickets and just lean over it and watch while smiling like Hannibal Lecter?
Kind of. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Also, his name is Diego, but I'm calling him Dio.
Diego.
Because that is actually a JoJo's reference, because in part 7?
Jesus Christ.
There's
Why do
Diego
I have to do the
Brando?
recap of JoJo when you know the whole fucking series?
I do, but I want to hear you say it.
God damn it.
If Garrett was here, I'd make him do it. But
Oh, it hurts. Oh, man. When I uploaded that fucking Old King of Lant battle and I heard Garrett talking, I immediately fell on the floor and started crying. It was like hearing a long Ross recording
weird.
of a dead
It was
relic.
weird to hear him again. It was quite the experience.
I got him to interact with me for a brief moment.
did you?
Yeah, I saw an article about the new Japanese Left 4 Dead with its super kawaii characters. And so
There is a new one, isn't there?
it's like a light gun arcade game in Japan that's Left 4
That's
Dead.
kind of dope.
And I linked him to it, and I was like, you're going to have to go over there to Glorious Nippon there and teach them how to play Left 4 Dead. And he was like, they're so kawaii. And then I went on to some fucking rant. I was like, one time, me and my senpai Toshi was going to build one of them rice paper houses, but then Toshi accidentally only bought some of them seaweed things, so we tried to build it out, and then he stopped. He started ignoring me. I pushed it. I flew too close to the sun that is Garrett, and my waxy wings melted.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Garrett.
What was Icarus's father's name?
I forget.
Jesus, you know fucking everything about Turok, and you can't remember Icarus's father's name. Was it Big Daddy Icarus? Icarus
No.
Senior?
I think he's actually like another like Greek hero.
Because he flew and then his boy died.
Maybe.
Do you think, in a strange parallel to the supposed, like how violent media nowadays supposedly makes kids violent, do you think anyone back in Greek Roman times tried to make waxy wings and jumped off a building and died because they heard that myth?
Maybe.
If so, it was only because of an excessive amount of drinking.
Well, they had to drink. Water killed you back then.
Well, I mean, there's a limit.
All water.
How much water you can drink? Yeah.
No, all
Well,
water
I meant
back
to how
then.
much you should drink, but
It was all Mexican tap water.
Um.
It was the whole world. Kids were drunk all the time. Humanity would have died, but one guy tripped and accidentally dropped some yeast into a bucket of water and left it there for 3 months. And he was like, "This here ain't bad, son. Get her done."
His dad's name was Daedalus.
Daedalus. That's the computer you fuse with in Deus Ex, I think.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I see.
Mm-hmm. List of things named Daedalus.
That's my favorite ending of the first Deus Ex. Because the first Deus Ex, you can get all these different endings. And so you get to Area 51, and the main bad guy is like, I am going to fuse with Daedalus, this supercomputer, and become omnipotent and rule the world and direct humanity. And he tells you this while he's in like a Bacta tank. And so JC's like, oh, well, I'm going to go do that first. And he's like, what? And then you literally just go up to the computer, and the computer's like, JC, my boy, my ace in the hole, slide on up in here. And you step inside of it and fuse with him. And the Senator Dickfuck, or whatever his name is like, you fucking asshole, I called dibs. And you're like, low, and your head starts spinning and oil shoots out your ears.
Senator Armstrong.
Yes. Oh, God, Doug Funny. And Mr. Dink is Armstrong.
Very expensive.
Nanomachines, Douglas. Very expensive.
Very expensive.
I wish I had a Mr. Dink as a neighbor. Do either of you have wacky neighbors?
No.
no.
Well, that's wonderful.
I have a bunch of old hateful neighbors.
Well, when you're at school with the kids, Wes, what do you live in? No, you stay with somebody, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Same place I am now.
How are you going to have dorm room adventures where, I put my name on a sandwich, but somebody ate it? Ooh. Apparently this turned into a ghost story at some point. And then Wes looked in the rearview mirror of the fridge and there was a hook hanging from it. Ooh. Then he woke up in a bathtub full of ice. Ooh. And then the phone call came from inside his telephone. Ooh. Spooky dorm stories. Oh, Wes, I wish you lived in like a campfire ghost story just so you could talk about it on the podcast.
If only, Ben.
You need to go out in your woods behind. Do you live near woods in your strange foreign land?
No.
Oh,
Not really.
That's so sad. How
I'm
are
sure
you
I
going
can find some nearby, but they're not like I can't hop on my bike and just ride to them.
Get on your bikes and ride? You summoned Queen. You summoned Freddie Mercury. I couldn't deny him.
I can guarantee that just bought you one more viewer. At least for this podcast.
When did Freddie Mercury go from being like long-haired flamboyant to being mustache suspenders man from Cromartie Eye? Like, when did that happen?
Wait, what?
You know how Freddie Mercury, like if you watch old Queen videos, he's this like Liberace looking flamboyant guy with long hair. And he's like, we are the champions. But apparently at some point he also became burly guy with a mustache and suspenders that Freddie from Cromartie Eye is based off of. When did that happen?
I was like in the 80s.
Did he just wake up one day like that? Was he bitten by a radioactive muscle man? Nothing. Dead silence. Do you know how much dead silence I have to edit out of these fucking podcasts?
A lot.
Whenever I'm editing this shit, I load it in Audacity and look, and there's just these huge gaps that I delete so people think we actually fucking know what we're talking about.
Are you going to delete this?
No. I'll make it longer.
Jeez.
Did y'all happen to click on the last podcast and see how I expertly edited together our 45-minute discussion on hats to be like 2 minutes long?
No.
I listened to it, but I didn't pay any goddamn attention.
Thanks.
Well, I'm in the fucking thing. Like I can't keep my own attention in my videos.
You could argue with yourself in the past, like Orin does in Final Fantasy X.
I'm pretty sure my aunt would have me committed if I started doing that.
You're like the Orin of the TENFENITY podcast. Got your black glasses and your big collar.
Shaved armpit.
Arm tucked into your sleeve. Is Orin's armpit shaved?
Yeah.
Well,
that's one of the things I always notice when
Why are you staring at Orin's armpits?
Well, like that first scene he shows up in, like he does like the shrug off the shoulder deal.
Uh-huh.
And like it's just big old like scene of his armpit.
It's because
it's perfectly shaved.
The PS2 couldn't render that shit. Plus he was the prototype for Lightning and her delicious armpits.
I'm gonna blame wrestling just because.
Does no one have armpit hair in wrestling either?
Most wrestlers don't have any body hair unless it's part of their look.
You know the most
at least here, but I mean, could be different in Japan.
You want to know the most detailed rendered armpit hair in video gaming? In Resident Evil 2, one of the alternate outfits you can unlock for Leon is a blue tank top with a RPD hat. And if you wear that, and he's wearing a sleeveless tank top and lift his arm up, he has like the grimiest rendered PS1 graphics armpit to the point where the guy that wrote the Versus Books Player's Guide, his name is Casey something. I'm sorry, I can't remember. If you're listening, leave it in the comments. Like, has a little note about it in the Player's Guide. It's like, I didn't pay $60 fucking for this game to see Leon's greasy armpits. So that's a little fun fact for you.
That's fascinating.
Little RE2.
Like,
it
the
is.
fact that they went through that much like effort.
It's true.
Is amazing.
Speaking of Queen, like the Redfield siblings, all of their like special clothing references Queen songs, which is pretty cool. Let Me Live, Made in Heaven. Those are the only two.
Made in Heaven is a stand.
Made in heaven adore.
I think the stand in like part 7 or part 6.
Stop making up parts to JoJo.
There's 8 parts currently.
Do you think the new rebooted series will go that far?
I think, well, if it's if they're going off of like the initial intro where they show up to part 6, I think they'll at least make it that far, and then part 7 and 8 are kind of up in the air.
I watched the best friends playing that new Jojo game. Mm-hmm. Who is the horse guy? Like, what series is that from?
That's Series 7, Steel Ball Run.
Steel Ball Run. These fucking names. It must be amazing to create media in Japan, because when you want to name anything, you just throw a dictionary at the wall and then throw a bunch of kunai at it, and the words it sticks to is your name, because it doesn't have to make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know.
We should make, in America, we should name things after random kanji.
I don't think it works quite as well.
Well, then we lose.
America always loses.
It's because we're the most persecuted of all people. Good times. What's everyone been up to this week, other than pissing me off?
I finished Shadow Warrior and got a lizard, and...
Are those two things related? Is that like...
No, not really, but...
The unlock at the end of Shadow Warrior? You just open your door and a Japanese guy in a suit with sunglasses just hands you a bearded dragon in a terrarium and just nods and walks away.
Mm. That was like the big stuff. I also got a playtest for an upcoming campaign.
Playtest?
For a tabletop campaign.
Tabletop?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like LARPing, but at a table?
Yes.
It's LARPing without the L, right?
Yes.
It's just action role-playing. You should set up the board from Mousetrap and use it as your map and make a dungeon around it. Because it's a zany action. A crazy contraption. The fun is catching. It's Mousetrap. I'd also accept the Grape Escape.
I don't remember what the Grape Escape is, but I did have Mousetrap.
You make little dudes out of Play-Doh, and then the board fucking kills them like a Saw movie.
Yeah.
I got that for Christmas one year.
I'm sorry?
I sat by a sliding glass door, and snow fell, and I was Max Payne.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Tell us about your bearded dragon, Noah. Does it let you interact with it?
Kind of. He has been just kind of, like, sitting on his rock, sunning himself, like, all day, and now he's actually, like, trying to kill and eat.
It's just kill and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So no wonder you don't interact with him. What's the biggest thing you could put in there and he could fight it? Renji?
No. Renji's way too big.
Does Renji ever interact with him via the medium of looking through the glass?
Yeah. He'll come in and, like, if he moves around, Renji will look at him and be like, what the fuck is that? And be like, cat, don't you fucking do it.
He's like, I'm gonna... Did you see Breakfast with Sushi 2?
What? No.
It was so graphic and horrifying. You really haven't seen it?
No.
Stamper uploaded Breakfast with Sushi 2, and it's a little mouse is loose in their house, and Sushi, like, pounces on it and hits it and, like, severs its spine, and it lays in the floor horribly kicking its legs, and then Sushi just kind of ignores it, and Stamper's like, Sushi, you fucking bitch, finish what you started. And, of course, people in the comments were upset, and, you know, PETA.
Well, I mean, it's a cat doing what a cat does, so...
Yeah, I know. A lot of people were saying that as well. I commented that I didn't expect the beloved internet video Breakfast with Sushi to get such a gritty Christopher Nolan reboot.
Oh, jeez. It's the Man of Steel to Breakfast with Sushi 1's Richard Donner Superman.
So you said you beat Shadow Warrior?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
It was alright.
Did you throw kunai?
Yeah, I threw some shurikens.
You sure can.
Actually, no, I completely forgot about shurikens. I didn't throw any shurikens.
That's terrible.
I did dual wield SMGs and, like, use the sword that shot, like, fucking Tetsuga Genshos. Or Getsuga Tenshos.
Were they black Tetsuga Genshos?
No, they were like a greenish yellow. Oh, you missed them.
Oh. That game, I need to play that because watching the best friends play it, I was like, this looks entertaining.
Yeah, like it was pretty fun. It gets kind of aggravating towards the end just because there's like really fucking strong enemies that have like one particular weak point, and you gotta like deal with them along with like a bunch of other like fucking pain in the ass enemies. So,
But you have a magic sword?
yeah, but
What's
you
the
don't really get
coolest
that till,
sword
like,
ability you learned?
Probably the Getsuga Tensho, like sword, like wind sword thing, wind scar.
Wind sword. It sounds overpowered if you just win.
Oh no, wind with a D.
Oh, you mean the Kaze sword? Kaze katana?
Yes, we'll go with that.
I know Japanese. Confetti. I need confetti in here. It would make me feel good.
Just
Noah?
a whole dish full of confetti.
Until you had to clean it up.
Implying. Noah, bring confetti next time you come over.
All right.
Or bring funfetti cupcakes. I'll accept either. I'm a forgiving master. Is that all you did this week, Noah?
That's about it. Yeah.
I see. That sounds terribly boring and stupid.
Shut up.
What have you been up to, Wes? Craven?
Quite a bit, honestly. Got a few games, been playing them. I got one called Speedrunners on Steam. It's technically in beta, I think, but it's fun as hell.
You pre-bought a game.
Yeah, kind of.
Such faith.
It's already solid. Like, it's already fun.
Oh,
So,
well then, good job.
unless they ruin it like they did Payday, it can only get better from here. And I assume Payday 2 is still fucked.
I have no idea. I haven't gone back to it in a long time.
I think I've seen a few people playing it, but I haven't bothered to try joining them.
What happens? I don't know the drama of Payday because I don't play it anymore.
I just heard that some of the updates fucked some stealth up, and like it was almost impossible to stealth for a bit there.
Well, every game I ever played, it was completely impossible to stealth because I shot people with loud guns.
Well, I mean, you play with Garrett and you sit there for 40 minutes while he beats the level for you.
Is that what the patch did? It put Garrett in everyone's game. People are like, I can't play the game anymore. This guy does everything.
No, they took Garrett out of the game, basically.
Garrett is the Nintendo's super guide for Payday 2.
Jesus.
Oh God!
You fail a heist 3 times, and it's like, do you want Garrett to do it for you? And you're like, I guess. Whatever. Okay.
I was waiting for it. I got Watch Dogs on PS4.
Watch Doge. Is it ugly and you can't even look at it because that's what the internet says?
It could look better, but I mean, I'm not really into great graphics. I mean, it's nice enough to look at on PS4, but it's more about how it plays and what it does.
Would you say that the graphics ain't bad, but they could stand to be just a mite bit gooder?
I think that's a very accurate way to put it, Ben.
Why won't any video game review sites hire me?
Just a mite bit, though. Just
a hair. What's it like when... I've never really interacted with the PS4 except the time I helped Noah set up a display of one and he got mad and threw things. So what's it like when you go to play a PS4 game and you put it in there? What's the menu like? Does the controller feel good? Does it make cool noises? Is it pretty?
I really like the controller, and I am super glad they put out an update that allows you to dim the stupid light on it, because the light's cool and it has its purposes in some games and shit, but it really drains the controller battery. This is probably the quickest to kill controller I've ever had for being a wireless controller. Luckily, it can plug into my laptop, so I have a charge station right beside it, pretty much. The menu is more like it's less like the PS3 menu and more like an Xbox menu, I guess. But it's fine. It just needs games. It needs something to do.
Nope, sorry. It's completely against Sony's plan. Their 5-year plan. You need to watch more movies.
Well, if their 5-year plan is more than TV, I guess I can forgive them.
Well, I'd hope Talladega Nights XD Prepare to Die edition comes out.
But
it's the version.
Watch Dogs. I've only played the first act of 5 acts. I don't think they're all even, like in missions and stuff, but it's all right so far. Gameplay's pretty good. It's fun.
That sounds terrible.
Well, I'm not trying to sell anybody on the game, so you know.
What's the main character like?
He's an asshole, honestly. There seems to be no real consequences to some of the shit you do in this game, and I guess some people have a problem with that. Like, you can just hack into people's phone and steal money from them. Which, okay, no big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this thing called the profiler on your phone, and it tells you small details. And it's like a list of things that are recycled throughout the game, so eventually you're going to see two people who have the same thing. One of the more common ones is, like, something to do with cancer, like, has cancer, recently diagnosed with cancer. And you can just fucking take money from them. No, like, it has a bar of how the people see you, but it doesn't really change anything.
Is that their only deterrent? They're like, this fake, made-up video game character that's ones and zeros has fake video game cancer. Ooh.
It's not even like, you click to hack them, and they're like, are you sure this person has cancer, and they're very poor? Like, do you really want to... No, it's just like, alright, you took their money. And I guess some people have a problem with that. To me, it just means the main character, Aiden, is an asshole. Who's only out for himself. But spoilers, the beginning of the game is basically that somebody ordered a hit on you and your partner, and in the event at the beginning of the game, your 6-year-old niece is killed. You aren't, but your 6-year-old niece is.
Such spoilers.
And then it's a revenge tale from there. That's literally before the intro. After the intro. Before the first mission. Before any fucking gameplay, they kill off a 6-year-old kid.
God, the next thing you know, you'll be telling me that Joel's daughter dies in The Last of Us.
Wait.
Ben, I have some bad... I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Is that all they do now?
That was also the worst I've ever done that. Kill off young girls
in video games. It's the new prerequisite. You have to you get the new Tetris, and before you can drop any blocks, a little 6-year-old girl gets hit by a fucking dump truck.
I think they're trying to
manipulate our emotions.
Yeah, well, they're trying to pull off that Walking Dead type shit.
It doesn't really work though. Like,
yeah, it doesn't really work because you have like
Us...
almost no like connection. You haven't gone through an entire game with like this little girl.
Exactly. In Last of Us, you don't really get to know Joel's daughter. She's in the opening sequence and then she dies. Like, nobody cares. Especially, like, she's not even on the box art. You see an entirely different girl on the box art. Who the fuck cares about the girl in the intro?
You control her for a brief moment. Somebody needs to hack the game where you play as her the whole game.
Jesus. In this, like, I don't think you even properly see her before she's dead in Watch Dogs. Like, why the fuck do I care?
She wakes up dead?
She didn't even get screen time. Like, fuck her.
Plus,
at the same time, like, I'm totally for, controlling Aiden and going out and finding the people who caused it to happen and fucking them up, but that's because otherwise there wouldn't be a game.
Isn't he the ghost from Beyond Two Souls?
That's Aiden. I think it's spelled the exact same way, though.
In Beyond Two Souls, is it A-N or E-N?
It's Aiden.
Let me find out.
Oh,
Keep talking.
Instantly hop to Google.
Hop on
yeah,
pop.
it's fine. I pre-ordered it, so I got it on PlayStation.
So
EN.
Which of the 25
so
versions did you pre-order?
I got it from. I just got the standard version from Best Buy.
So you got the Batman Beyond outfit?
What?
Good times. No one knows.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
No one knows.
I would love a Batman Beyond outfit.
No,
don't think it fit the game too much, but
will you please start a YouTube series called No One Knows?
Maybe.
And just talk about things that you know.
Well, I don't really know anything.
You're reverse Jon Snow. You're Frank Lava, and you know everything.
The opposite of John is Frank. I love it.
Frank Lava.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I did. I got heartbroken by you, Ben.
Oh, me?
My God.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I
I
know
didn't know you
fucking-
wanted me to take you to prom that bad.
you do this shit in advance and all, you're uploading and all that bullshit, but I was absolutely crestfallen when I saw that second highlight go up. And no matter how much I love that Leon S. Kennedy hedge maze bullshit, especially from your playthrough, my heart was set on Frank fucking West.
That one is going up, don't worry. It's one of the only Tenfey moments I remember, so it's got to go up.
It's the best.
Beats the rest.
Number one.
Maybe.
What the fuck else did I do this week? I got an application for a job that I have to fill out.
Oh, God. That sounds awful.
It seems awful, so I didn't do it today.
You should get a rich relative with connections to get you a cushy job.
Oh, I fucking wish, but my life is not meant to be so easy and carefree.
I could pretend to be your rich relative.
But can you give me a cushy job?
I'm Wes's old Uncle Tenfey, and I think he should work here at the Handjob offices. And they'll be like, what? They're like, sir, this is a bank. I'm like, oh. Can I open
if you bring Garrett along, we'll just fucking rob it. You know, no big deal.
Handjobs Incorporated, Wes. That's where you need to work.
I feel like that's just setting me up to be a pimp. Like,
no, you get it. You beta test handjobs.
Oh wow, okay. Who's gonna complain about that?
See,
I guess
it's so easy. We just got to grease the wheels. Basically,
fucking check boxes of if it's too rough.
I'll go to the boss's office and knock on his door, and he'll be like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm here for my good nephew Wesley to get a job." And when the boss is like, "What are you fucking going on about?" And then I immediately start beating the shit out of myself like Edward Norton in Fight Club, and you're a shoo-in.
Yeah, try that. See how that works out for you, Ben.
Okay. I have to find this company. Noah, you need to start Handjobs Incorporated.
I'll get on to LegalZoom right now, and we'll incorporate.
Zoom. Go to GoDaddy. Squarespace.
That's for websites.
If we
don't have a sponsorship. So
if we mention them enough, they'll sponsor us.
I think we have to go to them to see about getting them to sponsor us.
Oh, God, that's terrible. We have tens of viewers. Most of them are Mike Hosier. I invited him again, but he has to work, quote unquote.
Oh, that's awful.
Mm-hmm. He's working on leveling up his fucking Miqo'te white mage.
Never mind. Other than that, all I did was stream Saturday. I streamed Tomb Raider, and I put it on the internet.
You did? I watched the first part. I left a big girthy comment.
You did. It was a certifiably fat comment.
I started watching the second part, and then I was like, I'm tired of watching Lara Croft get beat up and say she can do it, and so I stopped watching.
It's alright.
You should have muted all the dialogue and done the voices yourself.
Jesus.
All the death rattles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And been like, I do declare. I've always.
How many times have you died, Wes?
3 or 4 in about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
One was because I shot in a QuickTime event sequence. I shot the guy in the dick, and I forgot that I had to waggle the thumbstick to keep him from, like, he collapses on top of you and he tries to shoot you in the face.
Right.
I forgot about that part, and I just turned to the stream chat and was laughing at how I shot him in the fucking cock, and he blew my head off. So I did it again. Shot him in the dick again, I mean. I waggled him off that time.
Well, not anymore since you blew his dick off.
Dick off with John Travolta, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, God.
Jesus, that'd be a different movie.
Oh, Face Off.
I remember watching Face Off once when I was like 11. I still don't quite know what happened.
Face Off.
Ben, you strap that man down to a chair and you make him watch that shitty movie.
Oh, God. Oh, hell. Oh, I could just reenact
If you tie him down, you can leave. Like, you can leave the room if you have him strapped to the chair. You don't have to watch it.
I don't have the time down. I'll just sit on top of him.
No.
You'll have 14 minutes to watch the movie before you die.
Oh, God.
What's the next Noah-approved movie I have to watch? Is it Escape from New York?
Sure.
Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
I saw Escape from L.A. is on Netflix, but I want to see the good one.
You need to see New York first.
I saw Kurt Russell this week in a movie, and it was very strange. Should I parlay into what I did this week?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched 3 movies this week. They were very different movies, but they had a common theme. So I want to see if you two can pick up on what the theme was. So the first movie I watched was Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Tom Cruise.
The second movie I watched, you fucking spoiling asshole, was Vanilla Sky. Have you seen that? Have you heard it?
Okay.
And then the third movie I watched was Jack Reacher. So,
Oh man,
I have seen 2 of those 3 movies.
so I watched
I've seen part of one.
I watched a very handsome man run a lot, basically, because that's what Tom Cruise does in his movies is he runs.
Kill la Kill is on Netflix.
Kill la Bill. So is Attack on Titan.
Well, fuck Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan starring Ryoko Matoi and Gamagori. And
Yeah, that's alright.
those other characters whose names I don't care to remember.
Gamagori's size is bigger than you, so he just step on the Titans.
It's true. How could a Titan defeat him?
Yes, but the Tom Cruise movies.
But now I'm imagining fucking Aaron Yeager in Kill la Kill having to wear that fucking uniform and being so upset. Oh, god damn it. Oh, those movies. Let's see. It's time for Tenfey's magical video review adventure. The title is very similar to a series I already do. Ghost Protocol was entertaining. I feel like I wouldn't have liked it as much if Simon Pegg wasn't in it, but luckily he was. I was watching it and I was like, this movie needs more Simon Pegg, and then he was just there. And I was like, how about some Nick Frost? And the movie was like, don't fucking push it. Dick.
Damn.
Simon Pegg's so British.
He really is.
Has he ever not been British?
No.
Has he ever Hugh Lauried it up? Have you ever heard Hugh Laurie talk? You'll faint.
Yes.
You're like, hey, look, it's House. And he's like, oh, governor, that cutty there not let me do procedure, she ain't. And you just faint. What's all this then?
Just have an episode of House where he did that. Like, he didn't do the House voice.
I like to think Wilson actually has like a thick Russian accent that he manages to completely not have.
I didn't miss it. I saw the new Godzilla, by the way.
Oh, well,
So we can talk about that once you get done talking about the fucking Tom Cruise movies.
no, we can't. We have to backpedal to what you did this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the new Godzilla.
Is that why you got a bearded lizard?
No. I got Bearded Lizard because I already went into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
How long are we going to do this? Was it any good? Is Bryan Cranston in the whole movie and he never dies? And he's
he's not.
Bryan Cranston is a
The
unicorn.
movie is all right. It's okay.
Unicorn Cranston.
Like the Godzilla parts are really fucking good, and like there's a bunch of kind of bullshit, and I think like the common opinion that there's way too much human like aspect to it is totally correct, but
Yeah.
I think some of it's really good, like the Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe stuff are usually really good. And I would have preferred the movie to have just been like those two trying to figure out like Godzilla and Muto bullshit, and then Godzilla shows up and is adorable and kills giant weird bug things.
Okay. Is he so kawaii?
He is surprisingly cute for some reason.
Is Godzilla Sundara?
Maybe?
He's like it's not like I wanted to destroy your city or anything, Baka.
Yeah. But he's got like these big stubby like elephant feet that he stomps around on, and
ivory
like, a
hunters
bear
fight
face.
him with big old fashioned elephant guns.
yeah. And he's got like a bear face. It's kind of cute. So
Does Matthew Broderick ever show up and declare that something is a lot of fish?
No.
Oh, then it's not a real Godzilla movie.
Just shut up.
0 out of 10. Wouldn't bank.
Oh, God. And let's see if I can find that fucking picture. I found a picture from...
Your past?
No.
Or your future? Do.
Do.
Days of Future Past? Is anyone going to see this?
I'll probably see it at some point. I haven't seen it yet, though.
I think a friend wants to come up and see it with me.
I see. You should say you're going to see that movie and then secretly go see a different movie. The Brady Bunch movie.
I was so confused by that movie.
It's a strange movie.
Because I was very young when I saw it.
And nobody cares about the Brady Bunch except the theme song, which is very catchy. Also, there's an episode of Two Stupid Dogs that's a parody of the Brady Bunch. So there's a little fun fact.
Is there? I don't remember.
Ooh, Tenfey fun fact. That's
the main thing I remember about Two Stupid Dogs
is the corn on the cob. Say it's the corn on the cob.
No, it's the scene where they have to get the shoe from the stripper.
Oh yeah.
To get into the grocery store.
There's also the "Isn't that cute, but it's wrong" guy.
That too, but
that show so avant-garde, so Kafka-esque. It spoke to the human condition.
Did it?
I guess I was like 8 when I watched it. Weren't you going to tell me something?
Was I?
I don't remember. How did we get here? Where are we?
I mean,
Godzilla?
I'm looking for a picture of an uncomfortably large picture of this man wearing a Godzilla mask. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said I had to see a picture, and so I'm.
Yeah. Is this it?
Just recreate it using ASCII in the chat window.
No, I'm gonna link it in the chat.
Oh boy, it's everyone's favorite part of the podcast when we all react to a picture that they can't see. Holy shit. That's fucking horrifying.
Oh my god.
Just imagine.
Zoom in on it.
That's so big.
Oh fuck.
There's an even bigger one, but I can't find it.
That man is on methamphetamines or something, the way he looks.
He smoked crystal meth and done PCP.
I have one.
Tear through San Francisco.
That is 3,544 by 4,300.
My internet
pixels.
would crash for 3 months. Don't fucking
It is
listen to that.
fucking huge. I have it saved because I can't fucking find it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. To the viewer at home, imagine somebody wearing one of those creepy rubber horse masks, but the mask is Godzilla, and also the man wants you dead. Why is the origin of the creepy horse mask?
I don't know. It's really weird though. Like,
Is it?
They yeah. I mean, they're really weird and floppy too.
It's so
like,
strange.
You can stuff them inside of like helmets and shit.
It's something to do with Hotline Miami.
Do you like hurting people?
I don't. His don't a word because it is now. I don't, governor. Oi, up them apples. Anyway, Vanilla Sky is
Right.
So I feel like I was tricked into watching Vanilla Sky because it has this. Have either of you seen it, by the way? Do you know anything about it other than Tom Cruise?
I saw like 6 minutes of it ever.
So tell me what kind of movie you think this is. Here's the first 5 minutes of the movie. Tom Cruise wakes up. He's in some ridiculous New York apartment that no one would ever actually have. And he wakes up and gets out of bed and he's handsome and he goes to his mirror and he's like, oh, 911 emergency. There's a handsome man in my house. And he combs his hair and he looks good. And he goes out and gets in his fancy 1960s muscle car and drives out into the streets. And as he's driving down the streets, he looks around and he's in the middle of fucking New York City and there's not a single other person anywhere. And he's just looking around and eventually he's in the middle of Times Square and he gets out of his car and it's dead silent and there's nobody around and he just starts running down the street. Now, what kind of movie do you think this is?
Psychological thriller by Stanley Kubrick.
Wes, you'd say something.
This is it's a Tom Cruise movie, and as such, it is obviously a terrible movie.
Damn. Anyway, he wakes up. That
Fuck
was a
Tom
dream.
Cruise.
That was a dream sequence. And
Oh, what a shock!
the rest of the
Dream
movie.
within a dream.
Here's the basic plot of the movie. Tom Cruise he inherited a publishing, like a magazine publishing company. Here's how you date the movie. And he's like super rich, but he's like a playboy, and like everyone doesn't like respect him because they think he just got his position because he inherited, which he did. And like all the people on his board are stuffy old white men that are trying to get rid of him. And he's just going around being a playboy and da-da-da. And eventually Cameron Diaz tries to kill him by driving a car that he's in off a bridge. And his face gets all fucked up. And then he starts spiraling into some kind of weird depression. And then a bunch of crazy Stanley Kubrick shit happens. So that's basically the movie. But anyway, his psychologist, who's this old fatherly-looking guy with gray hair and glasses, who's like the voice of reason, is Kurt fucking Russell. That's the strangest part of the movie, because I was just like, why does his psychologist look so familiar? And when the credits came up, I was like, I spit out popcorn and fucking orange soda, and I was like, that was Kurt fucking Russell? What? Where am I? And then it turns out I was having the dream. Ooh. And then the hook was hanging from the rearview mirror again. Ooh. What's your favorite urban legend ghost story? You got one?
No.
Oh, well,
No.
Thank the two of you. Thank Christ. I'm trapped in a podcast with you two.
All right, Ben, what's yours, smart ass?
Oh, and then the hook was on the rearview mirror. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ooh. If you add enough oohs at the end, then it gets the point across. That was Vanilla Sky. It's so vague why it's called Vanilla Sky. I hate it when movies do that.
Also, I realized I was incorrect, and it was directed by Cameron Crowe. I was thinking of Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, God, that movie is Tom Cruise goes to a magic fuck carnival, and then everyone's mad at him. So
what's your review of this movie, Ben? Like, how was it?
Vanilla Sky,
bad?
It was confusing as shit. I had no fucking idea what was happening, even at the end. Actually, the end kind of sums it up, and it's a weird, shitty ending. But it's actually based on like a Spanish movie that has like the same plot, but they Americanized it, which means they put Tom Cruise in it. That's how you Americanize a movie.
That sounds about right.
You want the truth?
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
It's just like Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it'd be a dozen times better with somebody else.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It's called Vanilla Sky.
Even fucking
eats
Brad
nuts.
Pitt would make something better.
Yeah.
I like Brad Pitt.
I don't have a problem with Brad Pitt. I don't like Tom
I
Cruise.
hang out with Brad Pitt so I can eat all the time.
What?
He eats so much, and I can be like, hey, Brad, you going to finish that? He's like, no. And then I start eating his shrimp cocktail. Then I look up, he's got a big bag of peanut M&Ms, and I'm like, shrimp falling out of my mouth. I'm like, hey, Brad, you going to finish them? And he's like, nah. And he hands me that, and I'm just grabbing handfuls and shoving them in my mouth where they like are falling all around me. Then I look up, he's got a Papa John's pizza, and I'm like, hey, Brad, you going to finish that? And he's like, nah. And he hands me that. He's the best.
So
He's a food genie.
Basically, if you had to choose a way to die, it would be to overeat yourself to death with Tom Cruise.
No, Brad Pitt.
Or yes, Brad Pitt, my bad.
Tom Cruise never eats because the aliens in his body fucking make his midichlorians too high or something. I don't know. But, hey, Brothers Trousers, if you happen to listen to this, I want you to draw me a picture of Brad Pitt food genie. Oh, it would do my heart such good. Hey, did you guys see the Trousers did some pictures that we requested like 8 podcasts ago?
Yeah.
I saw the ones you linked me to, or the one you linked me to, and I saw 1 or 2 others, maybe.
He did the cover
Very
of the novel Clint Halbert's and the Fat Loot Bonanza, which has a very strange Christian vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then he drew me getting eaten by Pellastorm. And I'm wearing a Hunk's Fine Cajun Dining t-shirt in the picture.
I noticed that.
It's so handsome.
So.
Oh, God, is there an important announcement? Did you sell 500,000 t-shirts and we can retire?
No.
Oh, God damn it, Noah. Why do you build me up like that?
Noah, do you even get enough money from each sale that you could retire off 500,000 t-shirts?
500. Well, hold on.
You get like
I have to do
$10. That's like
I have to do
$150,000. A million. It's like 80 billion bitcoins, Noah. Why aren't you selling them for bitcoins?
I wish I could have like 1 Bitcoin, and then I could retire.
Flip it in the air and be like, "You feeling lucky, punk? I'm Harvey Dent."
There's a Reading Rainbow Kickstarter going on
Ooh,
right now to bring Reading Rainbow to
with
schools.
LeVar Burton.
With LeVar Burton, and the video has LeVar Burton in it, and at the very end, it has a secret cameo by Brent Spiner.
Oh shit, he's still alive?
Yeah,
I thought the alien in Independence Day killed him.
that's entirely possible. It could be alien controlled Brent Spiner.
That's true. Old Gold Eyes.
Yep.
What else is he in? He's secretly in so many things because when he's not Data, you can't tell he's Brent Spiner.
Independence Day and Masters of the Skies. Those are the only two.
He's in Master of Disguise? Is he Dana Carvey?
No, he's the weird like rich dude that he does the turtle thing to, I think.
Have you seen the secret alternate Captain America ending to Master of Disguise?
I think so, but it's been so long since I've seen.
I saw that movie on DVD and I clicked on special features and there's an alternate ending where Dana Carvey dresses up as Captain America and some kids are like, "Look, it's Captain America!" And in his weird accent he has in that movie, he's like, "Yes, I am Captain America, da, my wife," and then he throws his shield and hits the bad guy with it. It's very random.
Sounds like it.
How many shirts did we say?
Oh, no,
500,000.
500,000, yeah.
Okay, I gotta do some calculations.
Jesus.
Now Noah's planning.
He has to learn how to time 500,000 by a nickel. A gold-plated nickel.
Yes! Jesus Christ, yes!
Oh, well, we need to sell more shirts.
If we sold 500,000 shirts, I'd have $1.73 million.
That's close to what I said, I think. I ramble a lot.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of shirts. We
That is
should
a lot of shirts.
get a third world country to buy our shirts.
Like
New Guinea. Is New Guinea third world?
God damn it.
Where's the second world?
Second world.
Don't go Google it. In Final Fantasy V, the second world you go to is where Galuf is from, and eventually, when X-Def destroys the crystals, the two worlds fuse together and form the true world. That's a little fun fact for you. There's some guy who was like, "I can't fucking beat Final Fantasy V," and he happened to listen to this, and he's like, "Oh, such lore. Wow. Much job system." It's a good game. I highly recommend it. If you learn anything from this podcast, it's play Final Fantasy V. Good times.
Good to know.
Don't play the PlayStation version. It has bad loading. Go ahead.
The Bethesda and Wolfenstein Twitters actually retweeted the Onion bit about Wolfenstein and having a second-person mode.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we going to play the new Wolfenstein?
I don't know.
I kind of want to get it.
We should play that and Watch Dogs at the same time.
Wolfen Dog.
We could do it. You could bring... Like
Wolfenstein.
we could get one for the PS3, one for the 360, and we could hook up I have two TVs in my room, and we could record them both, and then I could make the video both side by side. It'd be so avant-garde. Nobody would expect it.
I see.
Or I could overlay them over each other, making them both 50% transparent. And you could try to watch it and not throw up.
Oh, God, I don't think I could.
Watch Doggenstein is what we could call it.
Jesus.
What if we played both and then we tied our hands together and had knives and fought each other at the same time?
That'd be kind of hard to play, but alright.
I have a longer reach than you. I think I could beat you in a knife fight, Noah.
Not if I cut off my own hand first.
That is a brilliant move, but I feel like it would take a while.
Depends on the knife.
That's true. All I would do is run and fall down a flight of stairs and scream, "I'm taking you with me," and laugh the whole time until we hit the bottom, and then we both are laying there, and I'm like, "Oh, I hurt my leg." Noah, why are you gonna
look
make
over to Noah?
Why did you make me fall down the stairs, Noah? I warned you about stairs, Noah. I told you.
You just look over to Noah, barely able to move, and you're just like, Did I get you?
And he said,
and then of course Noah sets up and he's just laughing.
Oh God, because he's immortal like Boo Radley.
Like the Highlander? Who is Boo Radley?
Boo Radley is the first Highlander. No, I linked a picture of a cat in a tuxedo, and now I see it. My entire life is this picture. Black cats are the best. They always look so excited and interested in what you're doing. I used to have a black cat. His name was Johan. He was the best cat ever. I used to eat bowls of Cocoa Krispy cereal, and he would watch me eat them. He was the best cat.
Oh, you guys and your cats.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that cats are illegal in your strange foreign land because they carry witches. Witches. And then Jack Reacher. So, imagine...
Right, Tom Cruise.
So, imagine... How do I describe Jack Reacher?
It's fucking Tom Cruise being an asshole for an hour and a half straight.
He's not an asshole. He's a beacon of justice.
Okay, first of all, Jack Reacher is like, in the books, he's like 6'4" and like 300 pounds.
That's me. Am I Jack Reacher?
He's 300 pounds of muscle.
Oh. I see.
And Tom Cruise is like 5'6".
Pick up sticks. They make him look very tall. Everybody else is the Hobbit in a hole.
Yeah.
He's in fucking platform shoes and everybody hunches down.
I love the thought of Tom Cruise's every character he plays is just wearing platform shoes, even when he's piloting a jet in Top Gun. Has Tom Cruise ever done a voice for like an animated movie?
No, he values his face way too much.
That's true. Nobody knows what he sounds like. If you couldn't see him, you wouldn't know it was Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
If Tom Cruise was the merchant from Resident Evil,
care either.
You wouldn't know.
I would hate that game.
God damn.
You would know because it wouldn't be as fucking good because the merchant is the best part of that game. Fantastic game. Merchant's still the best part.
Fantastic
and
merchant.
You fucking shot him down every time.
Oh, he's so dead all the time. He's so easy to kill. I don't understand it. Like, a backhanded compliment would kill him. You'd be like, these were good deals, I guess. And he's like, oh, and just falls over in a pile. I wish he was playable in the Mercenaries and that he had all guns.
Jesus. He just has like a Supermax attaché case with everything.
Mm-hmm. He could do it. He has a Matilda and a Killer 7 and a Striker and a rifle. Also TMP. The best gun in the game.
Yeah.
You have not been watching a whole lot of the two best friends play Resident Evil 4, have you?
No, I watched the entire thing. Because
have you?
I stare intently. I like that channel, and I like Pat. He's my favorite member of the Best Friends. But the way he plays that game is so boring and conservative. It fucking eats me up. He's like, oh, I gotta min-max my ammo and the Red 9, and I gotta have 700 bullets at all times. Oh, don't reload the Magnum.
Don't blame me. I voted for Prison Break.
I did too, actually. But yeah.
Oh man.
I'm on the edge of doing a spite-filled TMP only playthrough of Resident Evil 4. I just don't know if people would go for it.
I would, but that's because I expect at least one more moment that's like your magical fucking hedge maze adventure.
Oh, that'll never happen again because I know they can open doors.
That won't, but I expect something else equally hilarious to happen to you. But I think in the last part they uploaded of it so far, like a lot of people have been getting on him about the attaché case and how disorganized his is. He just fucking like turns a grenade and is like, "There, fuckers."
I had forgotten when I was uploading that highlight video of me doing the hedge maze. My attaché case is so pretty. Like, I spent half that run fucking organizing that shit.
That's all right.
It's beautiful.
I do the same thing.
It's my favorite part of the game. Oh,
Attaché case simulator.
It is
2015.
It's so good. There'll never be another game without attaché case. The closest thing is Diablo. Oh, I wish Leon Kennedy was a class in Diablo 3. I delivered a TV to a guy the other day, and he was playing Diablo 3. I wanted to be like, why? He was like such a stereotypical gamer. I walked into his apartment with a big old 65-inch Samsung television. Me and that guy I work with, who's everyone's favorite secret character of the podcast, and his computer, it was a Diablo 3 login screen, and he had some character with a flaming sword standing there. And there was 20 video game consoles in the room, and he had a bookshelf full of figurines and Stephen King novels. So I put his TV on the stand, and I was like, "You probably know how to hook this up and set it up." And he was like, "Yeah." And then I left. He wasn't one of those old people that was like, "How do I get Matlock?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I hope you willed this TV to somebody so that it gets watched.
Jesus.
I love hating
Most
old
commentary
people.
on old people.
I love hating old people. They're just so fucking easy to hate.
Why won't they just die?
They
God.
can't. The medical industry has to keep them alive forever because they bleed money.
How old do you want to live? If you had to pick an age to die at.
30.
Wait.
Was not expecting that, but alright.
What was it? Oh, Jack Reacher. I was going to describe it, but Noah got too angry and personally offended because the movie ruins the canon of his fan fiction or something.
Well, I think the biggest issue I have a problem with that movie, and ignore that sentence because it was gobbledygook, is the fact that they're like, "Where are we going to find Jack Reacher? Oh, here I am."
That's the best part of the movie.
That's so fucking
The two
stupid.
guys are like, "We'll never find Jack Reacher," and then a woman walks in and is like, "Jack fucking Reacher's here," and they're like, "Okay," and then he walks in and they're like, "You ain't Jack Reacher. He's 6'4" and 300 pounds. And according to Noah, he goes to Hogwarts and helped Inuyasha fight Naraku on the Death Star."
Yep.
The Death Star. I love how I include Inuyasha when I make up bad fan fiction when nobody has cared about Inuyasha in 10 years.
Well, Sailor Moon's coming back, which I'm actually kind of excited about.
It is.
And so, I mean, give it a little time and Inuyasha will be coming back.
If Sailor Moon's popular enough, would they bring back Ronin Warriors?
Oh, I wish.
Ronin Warriors was boring and terrible.
Shut up.
What if they bring back...
I don't remember enough about Ronin Warriors. I just remember Quake with Fear, and that was pretty dope.
I just remember the main character would say, Armor of Flame, and then he would yell something I couldn't understand, and then fire shot out of his sword in a pre-cut animation they used over and over.
Yeah.
What was it? I was going to make a
Tom
joke.
Cruise movies.
Oh, no, I was going to make a joke that maybe if it's popular enough, they'll bring back Samurai Pizza Cats. Are they making a new Power Rangers movie?
Supposedly, yeah.
They've officially signed a deal, but I haven't heard anything about a script actually being completed.
Yeah, no, I think it's just been optioned.
Yeah. Basically, supposedly.
Who would be the Rangers? Because all the original Power Rangers are dead or 50.
Nah, Jason David Frank is still going strong.
Who the hell is that?
The green, white, and black Ranger.
He was black?
He was red at one point, too.
Oh, yeah, and Red Ranger. He was the Black Ranger in
the dinosaur
Wild
one.
Force. Yeah, the second dinosaur one they did.
Dinosaurs. That was a weird sitcom.
I don't know. I have to know.
I love
now.
dinosaurs.
Really?
Dun, 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 dun. Yes. I watched the shit out of dinosaurs, not the mama. And it has one of the most depressing endings ever. if you're watching this or listening to this, you need to go to YouTube and just search for Dinosaurs series ending and feel sad.
It's a very dark, strange ending.
Yeah, it's super dark.
How would you have ended Dinosaurs? Other than they team up with Inuyasha and Jack Reacher.
Exactly.
It's too good.
I don't know, like, not that. Not fucking everybody dies.
So just
Spoilers.
everyone's immortal? They get the Dragon Balls?
Well, no, I mean, everybody dies eventually, but don't, like, fucking be like...
The Ice Age?
Yeah, that's really fucking depressing. Don't end it with, like, the baby dinosaur asking if we're gonna be okay, and everybody's like, I don't know, and, like, fucking freezing cold.
Not the mama.
Yeah.
I love the alternate timeline of Super Time Force when you save the dinosaurs.
Oh, God.
I need to get that game. It looks so fun.
Yeah. Isn't it only on the Xbox One?
I think it's on 360 as well. It just like doesn't run as smooth from what I heard when you have like 30 guys. What would you do if you from 5 seconds in the future was hanging out with you?
I'd shit my pants because what the fuck am I from 5 seconds in the future doing here?
I would do a playthrough with 2 bins.
Oh, God.
Of course, I'd call my mom first and ask her if that'd be okay.
One would always know exactly what's about to happen, but never tell you because you're an asshole.
I guess. Oh, it would be so great. I could play 2-player games and actually be entertaining. Good times. Any response to my theoretical question, Wes?
I don't know. Like, it's me from 5 seconds in the future. I can't really ask him a bunch of questions.
I just meant there's another you there who's you. You could, like, fight crime.
Fuck him. Fuck me 5 seconds from when I finish this sentence.
The way you fight crime, Wes, is like a bank's being robbed, and you kick the door in, and you're like, hey, stop it. And the guy turns around and shoots you, and then you immediately walk in another door, and he'll be so freaked out that he'll turn himself in.
He'd probably blow his own head off.
See? You win.
Out of fear. Yeah, but I can only do that once.
Well, how many times do you need to stop a bank robbery, Wes? Jesus.
Well, a bank robbery, what about a mugging? Dude, just gonna turn around
Well, if there's a mugging, you just
go back to mugging.
You just hit the guy with your car. That's easy.
Is this GTA now?
Yeah. It's reverse GTA. It's ATG.
Oh, God. I'm trying to come up with something that would stand for.
Good times. I played video games. Can you believe it?
You played a video game?
It's so odd. Well, I told you last week I started playing Bravely Default again. And I play it exclusively when I'm in the bathroom, so I get a lot of time to play it. I'm like 20 hours in now. In 2 days. Oh, hold on, someone's knocking on my door. Apparently the internet and become slow in my house, which is sad. But actually I can't complain about my internet anymore now that I've seen what Plague of Gripes' internet is like.
Yeah.
He lives in a wasteland in a ditch. Did you watch his series on writing?
I only watched the first part. I haven't had a chance to watch the second part yet.
The third one went up today. It's about Dark Souls.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
Interesting.
I love the patronizing way you said that. Yeah, I played Bravely Default. I made myself. It's so ironic, but I made myself play Dark Souls 2 some more for the first time in like 4 weeks. It's like the polar opposite, because when Dark Souls 1 was the new thing, like I had to make myself play other video games, but now I have to make myself play Dark Souls 2. It's so sad. So sad.
That's kind of the like mark of a good new game, isn't it? Like you have to stop yourself from playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely say I haven't had that problem with Watch Dogs too much.
You haven't?
I am holding off on playing The Wolf Among Us, because I think Part 4 came out this week too.
Really? Has it been 25 months already?
They seem to be on their shit for Parts 3 and 4, so hopefully they'll keep on it for 5. And we'll get that in 6 months.
How many parts are there total?
5.
15?
15.
15 parts.
Wait, are we back on Power Rangers now? 5 teens?
Oh, with attitude?
Oh, you beat me to it. I thought I was about to sneeze, so I had to move the mic away.
Why is there...
Snuck it in there.
Why does no one have attitude anymore? Is it because of the attitude era?
They
Yeah,
drained all the attitude away.
they sucked it all up and like condensed it into pure attitude.
I was listening to the newest Laser Time podcast, and it was all about reboots. And they were talking about how apparently at some point, like, WWE, like, rebooted, and they literally came out and was like, all the titles and storylines don't exist anymore. We're starting right now. And I was like, that's very odd. I wonder when that was.
I have no idea.
It was probably in the 90s. Nobody really remembers the 90s. It was all Fruit by the Foot and Go-Gurt and Sonic the Hedgehog. It all blended together.
Fucking Go-Gurt.
You don't eat Go-Gurt, but you're so young.
I know. I should have Go-Gurt in one hand and a skateboard in the other at all times.
I just imagine you like walk out of the kitchen and they're like, Wesley, here's your yogurt. And they hand you a yogurt and a spoon. And you're like, get that lame shit out of my face. And you slap it into their face. Like, it's Go-Gurt time, bitches. And then you have 5 Go-Gurts. 2.5 in
right.
each hand. And you get on a pair of rollerblades and then get on a skateboard with that. And then get on top of a Razor scooter with that. And go down a hill while throwing pogs in all directions. And watching Saved by the Bell.
I gotta be screaming 420 blaze it.
You are.
YOLO.
You are. You're 360 no-scoping the whole way down. And then when you get to the bottom, you play a 3DO game. It's the future.
Jesus.
The only game on the 3DO is Demolition Man. I don't know if you knew that. That's a little fun fact.
I did not.
There you go. Well, now you know. Power. I didn't even feel like saying the whole G.I. Joe quote. Mike, you know now. Power. Deal with it.
Power.
I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, that's...
where were we? The fuck were we?
We were talking about what we
Jack
did this week.
Reacher.
That motherfucker.
Oh, man. We got to do that much backtracking?
Would you like the movie better, Noah, if it was Jack Creature and it started the little house imp from Harry Potter?
Sure.
Okay, I'm glad we got there.
Would it still be played by Tom Cruise?
No, it's just the same creature that they used in the movies.
1,000 times better.
He's so unpleasant. Remember that time
He
Sirius
seems
Black?
like the kind of guy you wouldn't actually want to meet.
Remember that time Sirius Black died for no reason and it could have been easily prevented?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. He just kind of fell through a curtain.
But the best part was the whole Harry trying to contact him thing when they set up this thing where Harry had like a magic mirror that could talk directly to him. And then after he dies, Harry's like, oh yeah, I had this mirror. And then he just sits down. And Dumbledore dies. And Snape's like, fucking called it. And he slides on his forehead out of the room. Because Snape is fucking metal. I think Snape is retroactively my favorite Harry Potter character. Because he's such an asshole. And he took over Nakatomi Plaza that one time.
He did.
I think it's just because of the Wingardium Leviosa animations that I like him so much now. It's Leviosa. Oh.
I'm going to evil, Harry.
It's too good. Too good for this world that we live in. So that's all we did. We didn't do anything this week, did we?
Nope.
Not really.
We should all inspire to do a thing.
I'm going to apply to work at GameStop.
Oh, God. You'll
And
have
then
such
in my life-
stories. You have to get that
Spaghetti.
job, Wes.
Oh my god, that would be brilliant for the podcast. They can never know about this.
I'm going to call...
Well, there's only like 10 people that listen, so...
And I'm going to
I
call
just can't link it on Facebook anymore.
I'm going to call and request Battletoads every day at your GameStop. It's going to be so funny and epic meme. LOL.
Apparently,
I'll always
at
give you the wrong
one
hours
of the
when I'm working.
GameStops in Jacksonville, they actually had a copy of Battletoads that they kept for when people called and asked them that.
I see.
It's like, yeah, we got it here, fuckers. What now?
Way to ruin the joke. GameStop, more like lame cock. Why is it when you walk in a GameStop, it's terrible and depressing, and you just pray to God that the building collapses and kills you and everyone in it? Isn't that how everyone feels when they go to GameStop?
Kind of.
Tenfenity
Yes and
Podcast,
no,
brought to you by GameStop. Power to the players.
Yes and no. It depends on the one I go into. There's two in my little shithole of a town. The one in the mall is soul-crushingly depressing, and the one in this little strip mall is kind of nice. Like, it's all right.
The nearest mall to where me and Noah live used to be Silent Hill. Do you remember that, Noah?
Yeah.
It was so strange because you walked in and there were 3 like open businesses right by the doors, one of which was a GameStop. And then when you walked back to the other wings of the mall, it was just empty storefronts and like the lights weren't working correctly. And it was just like industrial and rusty and like concrete floors. And you were like, yeah, I'm going to be murdered by the manifestation of my own sins and guilt. It's just going to happen. It's just
all right. Well,
nothing you can do about it. I miss Babbage's. Oh, Babbage's was so classy.
Yeah.
I bought a copy of Kirby Superstar at Babbage's, and then me and Tommy played it. That's a story. That's a story. I almost got Tommy to talk to me once. I saw him in a restaurant, and I yelled, "Hey, Tommy!" and then looked and hid behind my menu, and he kind of looked around the room. And then I was like, did he notice me? Oh, my goodness. Well, any video game news since this is a video game podcast?
It's not a video game podcast. What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
like how Podtoid is a video game podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
here's your video game news. Sleeping Dogs. Watch Dogs came out this week. It's okay.
Man, Sleeping Watch Dogs? I totally play that.
Oh.
I fucking love Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs was brilliant.
I think that was really
That was fun
fucking
as
good.
fuck.
My favorite sleeping dog is that one that's running in place and then he gets up and runs into the wall. It's fucking hilarious. Every time. Without fail. One of you has to say something.
Other video game news. Part 4 of Wolf Among Us came out this week. It might be good. It's Telltale, so it's probably pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I need to play it. It's loaded up right now. I haven't had a chance to go through it yet.
Ben messaged me at like 7:30, 8:30 some point, and was like, "Hey, are you gonna be free later to do a Skype cast?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was sitting there, and I was like, "Shit, he didn't say like when he wants to do it." And then I look, and it's like Tenfey is now away, and I'm like, "Well, fuck." All right. So I watched a couple YouTube videos, and immediately I'm like, all right, I'm done waiting. I'm going to boot up the PS4 and play some Watch Dogs. 15 minutes go by, can't even finish one mission, and all of a sudden, Skype's going off. Fucking knew as soon as I started to play, you fuckers would be ready.
Well, in my defense, I asked both of you if you wanted the Skype cast, and you said yes, and then my roommate kicked the door open and said he was cooking shrimp burgers, and I was like, my life has become shrimp burgers. So then I ate a shrimp. And then I ate a shrimp burger, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, podcast."
Right, that's the thing that we do on occasion.
Oh, shrimp burgers are so good.
I'm still not sure how I stumbled into this podcast. I feel like I clicked on the Skype call while I was drunk.
I just started throwing people into the Skype window and saw who would answer. Garrett logged on a minute ago. I told him he was welcome to join us. He said, "I gotcha." That was his response.
What does that mean?
That means, okay. It's basically the equivalent of him sitting on a throne while beautiful women feed him grapes, and he puts his hand up and dismissively waves it at me twice without looking at me.
Right, you and your little podcast, of course.
Yes. Oh, how amusing to think I was once part of this ramble-bamble group. Bramble Blasts is a good level in Donkey Kong Country 2 because of the music. I played Donkey Kong Country 2 with Garrett once.
Oh, Garrett, where'd you go?
I can see his Skype icon. It's the Ferome Knight from Dark Souls 2, just kind of looking at us.
Mm-hmm. He's sitting there in that corner, a man in the back of a crowd staring.
Crowd man. God damn it.
Anyway.
Something else had to happen in gaming. Didn't Goku get confirmed for Smash Brothers?
Ike is confirmed to be returning, which is the most disappointing fucking news possible.
Is it? Do you not like Ike?
I don't have a problem with Ike, but I feel like Ike being in kind of makes it seem like Roy's not coming back. Like, I wanted Roy to come back.
Nobody remembers Roy.
I do.
I mean, Roy's cool and all, but I don't think they'll ever bring Roy back. I think it's pretty much going to be Ike and Marth Ike and probably Crom if they bring anybody else in.
Oh, God. Do you pray to him and he ignores you? You say, to hell with you?
Yes.
Who is Roy in the Fire Emblems?
Roy is like...
Other than our boy.
I think Roy is like Ike's like dad or grandfather.
Oh, shit.
See, he should be in there. Just for that alone.
Oh, God. I hear Noah typing.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, a few weeks ago, before the last podcast, I got together with a friend and played some Smash Brothers Melee, and I used Roy pretty much exclusively.
Did you wave?
It was fun.
How'd you play Roy? He ain't no S tier.
Did
you play?
The best part is always getting on a roll and hearing Roy's oh boy. It's always the best part.
You can hit
best part of Smash Brothers,
and he spins his sword and it's like oh. That's the best part. Oh, the taunts. The taunts are what decide who my favorite character in the Smash Brothers is.
I actually hit the AI while we were playing with Luigi's taunt.
Oh, it's so
which was
good.
Fucking glorious.
It's so good.
Oh, no, it's Ellawood from Fire Emblem
Blues Brothers. Boom, 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 boom.
Not that.
Noah, me and you should become the Blues Brothers. You can be Jake.
Jesus.
I call Elwood. Oh, who am I kidding? You'd be a better Elwood than me. God damn you.
Mm.
I'd be the best Jake ever. Wes, you could be Carrie Fisher and try to kill us a lot.
I feel like that goes against everything I try to do, but alright.
Well, I mean, you're Carrie Fisher, so it works. So me and Noah get in Noah's car and drive around a lot. And then get on a stage.
With sunglasses on.
Mm-hmm. And then we get on a stage and sing and make money. And then we go save a Catholic orphanage. I don't even think they have those around here.
Maybe.
I see. I'm glad you're so on board.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for being the Blues Brothers. I don't know how to play any instruments, though.
Well, Tommy will be Ray Charles. So we'll get our instruments from him. It's the perfect plan. And Garrett can be the sheriff that hates us. Sheriff Buford T. Badge. Or he could be the good old boys. No, Levi could be the good old boys. See, we got the whole cast covered. No one else was in that movie.
No one at all.
We like both types, country and western. Neither you're going to make an effort, are you?
I'm not sure what to transition to from that. Jesus Christ.
Let's just steal news from other things. What's something that you heard about on a podcast or the internet?
Hyrule Warriors got a release date, I guess.
There we go. Didn't they reveal that there's like 30 characters in that game and they all have tits, including Link?
Link tits.
There was like one character with tits revealed.
I see. Wasn't it a Poe, but as a titted lady?
What?
She's based on one of the Poe sisters from the Forge Temple.
I don't think that's true.
She does. Her headgear looks like that Poe. Stupid. So
just because it looks like it doesn't mean it is.
That her name is Poe Titties.
Tato.
Potato. That's not funny.
Hyrule Warriors will be released on August 14th, 2014 for Wii U in Japan.
Oh, God.
And later on in the West. Jesus Christ, I just killed shit.
Kill shit. It's my favorite cover-based shooter. Didn't Winback invent third-person shooting, and then kill switch and vent hiding behind walls, and then games were terrible forever.
Did Winback invent that?
Winback was the first game ever to have like Resident Evil 4 controls, and it was on the Nintendo 64. Jesus.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% positive, and you're not allowed to ever look it up. I'd seal time. Do. That was the sound of me being Magus in Chrono Trigger when he forces Scala to seal the portal so you can't go back to 12,000 BC.
I see.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Then you'll just have to go get the Epoch, Noah, and then you can prove me wrong.
Okay.
God damn it, Noah.
Have fun with that.
I'm looking for this. They don't have the picture of her in here. They only have Impa with her ridiculously big katana thing.
Is katana thing slang for tits?
No.
Oh. Well, Jesus.
And they have the guy that has like the dragon head.
Dragon Head Fred, my favorite Zelda character. Hold on, I'll Google something to prove you wrong. Zelda Po titties.
Potatoes.
New Zelda Hyrule Warrior screens, and in parentheses it says tits. So we know what's going on. There she is right there. Let's see. Open image. See, Noah, you're about to be proved so fucking wrong. There.
I'm
that's
looking at
that's the Po tit lady.
Let's.
For the viewer at home, imagine a lady who's a Po and has tits.
Quite a pair of tits, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's my commentary.
That's Ivy from Soul Calibur tits.
Yeah, I guess.
There you go. I win. I win the podcast out of 10.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's Meg.
More like out of 10 Faye. That's our new t-shirt. 400,000 pre-orders. If you pre-order a t-shirt, it comes with some of Noah's blood spilled on it.
Does it? I don't work for the...
Well, you have to circumvent. You have to get all the shirts shipped to you first and then bleed on them a little bit. Just a little bit.
So that means everybody that orders a shirt has to order them to me, and then I'll send them out.
Yeah, well, only if they want their pre-ordered blood. I mean, we're not fucking Monsters Inc. Was that movie any good?
What?
Monsters Inc.
Oh, yes.
I never saw it.
Yeah, that's alright.
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. I saw it in
Monsters
Spanish,
Inc.
so I
is
kind of
pretty
hate it.
I see. What a grandiose movie review. Holy shit! I got like 50 fucking questions.
Did you?
Jesus Christ! Why have we been killing time then?
Well, they literally just appeared. I think they're all from Dr. Daddy Macaroni, the only person what sends questions. Actually, Ken wrote in because half of the last podcast was about him. I just realized.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. Send us letters. tenfeypodcast@gmail.com. They can be about anything. I don't care. They don't have to be about video games. They don't have to be a question if you don't want. Just tell us a humorous anecdote. Something to happen. Tell us how your week was, because our weeks were terrible. Maybe you should start a podcast and we'll write you letters. Okay. Let's see. Ken, he said something about not being a bastard. So that's a very bastardly thing to say. He said
only a bastard would say that they're not a bastard. I mean,
it's the most bastardly thing a man can say. He says, I'm curious to know what everyone's favorite and least favorite RPG/MMO games are.
Well, the MMOs, all of them.
You have to have one favorite. Auto Modalista.
No, I don't like MMOs.
not a fan of MMOs myself.
The only MMO I've ever really given serious thought to playing was FF14, and that's just because I want to run around looking like Kane Highwind. So
Kane Highwind.
Yeah, because that's like one of the first sets of of Dragoon armor you get in that game apparently, which is badass. But I could just go buy a Kane Highwind figure
or play Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah,
or Final Fantasy V, because when you make Bart's Dragoon, he looks exactly like Kane. The only MMOs I ever played were World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XI, and they were both terrible and stole from me my life and money.
What was the actual question again?
Your favorite and least favorite RPGs. He says his is Legend of Dragoon, by the way.
My favorite RPGs.
You ever played Legend of Dragoon? It's fucking crazy.
No.
When you get into fights and it's like Final Fantasy, your guys are standing here, the enemy's there, and you're like, oh, I know this. This is like Final Fantasy. And you hit attack, and then a little white square is in the middle of the screen, and a bigger square goes whoosh and zooms in on it, and you have to press attack right when they line up, and you have to do that in a certain rhythm for each character to maximize your damage. So you can't just like mash X like in other games. You have to pay attention.
Like, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I realize that I kind of don't give a shit about JRPGs. Like, I played, like, some of the bigger ones. Like, I played fucking Final Fantasy VII and a bunch of the Final Fantasies. And, like, I played some of Chrono Trigger, and I played Dragon Quest VIII, and, like, the Paper Mario RPGs.
Well, he didn't specify JRPG. He just said RPG.
Yeah.
How about Shadowrun Returns? Isn't that an RPG?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But, I mean...
What kind of game is that?
It's an isometric, turn-based RPG.
Oh, like Tactics?
Not quite. It's not like quite as strategy based.
Oh.
Well, not as heavily strategy like Advance Wars Tactics style. It's kind of similar, but it's not quite.
I see. Got any favorite RPGs there, Wes?
Not really. I don't play a lot of RPGs. Just not really up my alley for the most part.
Poker Man?
Yeah, that's about as close as I get to playing
Pokemon.
RPGs.
Well, it's an RPG, so you could say Pokemon.
I guess. I mean, some Pokemon's awful.
What's the best Pokemon?
The best Pokemon ever?
Yeah, that you would play right now if you could.
Oh, game. Fuck. I'm gonna default to Fire Red every time.
Not Leaf Green?
Not Leaf Green.
Have you played any of the Shin Megami Tenseis, Wes?
I have 4.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, if you... 4 and Strange Journey are both really good.
I've played a bit of 4. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Seems like it's long as hell, though.
Yeah. A lot of the Shin Megami Tensei games are fucking hella long.
I'll beat it in 20 years.
Yeah. They're like dungeon crawl mixed with Pokemon. Kind of.
All right. Well, see, look, we answered Ken's question. He's so happy right now. He's just giggling and blushing and hiding behind his fan because he's a geisha. Let's see. Dr. Daddy Macaroni asked me on Tumblr, what are some of your favorite set pieces in games? I'm just going to go ahead and say the village from Resident Evil 4 is fucking amazing.
That's pretty good.
It's like Village is top.
That's some top tier shit. I'm trying to think, like...
It's such a good opening to that game.
Like, what's... I guess, like... I know, like, what a set piece is, but, like...
Well, think of, like, Revengeance or some other game you like, and what's a really good scene or part from that game. Do you like fighting the Ray in Revengeance, or, like, Jetstream Sam, or...
Yeah, I mean...
Of course, those are more boss fights than they are set
those are
pieces.
boss fights. It's not just, like, an area.
Ooh, how about that Shadow Warrior game you just played? Did it have any good set pieces?
Yeah, there's a couple of like good fights. Like one of the first fights is like a clear homage to like Kill Bill and shit. But like you like the opening fight of the game is like you go up and you try and get buy the sword from this guy. And he's like, no way, man. And he's like, oh, look, I got $2 million. I can give you this money, or else we're going to have to fight. And he's like, all right, you can fight some of my dudes. So you back up, and it's got like the paneled floor with like the rock garden underneath, like Kill Bill. So
I always wondered how that glass didn't break.
That's really durable glass. So
I'm trying to think if there's any really I can think of in Tomb Raider, since that's what I am uploading. But I can't really think of any good like single set piece. Like, It's got a few brilliant moments in that game, some of which are in the first few hours, but nothing spectacular.
Like the spectacular Spider-Man?
yeah. I mean, like, this is definitely something I'd have to actually sit down and think about.
Yeah. I haven't encountered anything particularly noticeable to mention in Watch Dogs, I guess. That's worth noting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's all sorts of like cool baller like fight scenes and shit in like Platinum games, but like picking out like one in particular that's really cool that isn't just like a boss fight is kind of difficult. Because like boss fights in fucking Platinum games are ridiculously awesome.
Sometimes.
Like 90% of the time.
Oh.
Probably more.
More like 91%.
Yeah.
What about that's still a boss fight. I was gonna say when you run into like space at the end of Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Is that like a set piece? Because the boss is like a level.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's not quite the boss yet. You're running up like missiles and shit on a motorcycle. So I mean, there's a lot of really good shit in Bayonetta.
How about the recently critically acclaimed Tenfenity playthrough, Devil May Cry 4?
Some good set pieces in there.
Considering you see the whole game twice.
Yeah. I think that might kind of take away from some of it.
That you go through it twice?
Yeah, because it kind of, like, the best parts about set pieces, you see them, like, maybe once, and that's all you get. If you keep going back through it, it kind of loses some of its luster.
That's why the village in RE4 is good, because you come back later and it's dark and spooky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like completely the opposite of what it was the first time you went there when it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we answered it enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to like actually look through my stacks of games over here and see what really jumps out at me.
Right.
All right. Well, then you could just write us a very detailed essay, 5-paragraph form essay answer for the next.
I don't know about that shit.
Fuck 5-paragraph form.
No, that's more of like a scene, but like I remember playing Fallout 3 for the first time, and when you get out of the vault, that's really cool because you have like the blinding light and shit that takes a little while to get readjusted, and then you just see everything sprawling out in front of you. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I like the gold saucer in Final Fantasy VII. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's a cool place.
I would love to hear about Final Fantasy Fallout 4 soon.
Yeah, I really think Bethesda fucked up hard when they did ESO and not fucking Fallout 4.
Well, they'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
They'll stumble their way there.
Though I know a few people back, I think it was E3 last year when they did the Mad Max trailer, a few people thought at first that it was Fallout.
Yeah.
Including myself. I was really hopeful, and then it was like, Mad Max. Okay, whatever, I guess.
I hope that Mad Max game turns out alright.
I hope it ends up being good. I hope it looks good.
Because I fucking love Mad Max.
Mad Maximilian. What's his last name?
Rockatansky.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How's that rank on the movies I need to watch, Noah?
Road Warrior is a must-see. Everything else is kind of, yeah. I would recommend seeing Mad Max, but it's a lot slower and just sort of like a slow burn kind of movie. Road Warrior is really good, and then Beyond Thunderdome is alright.
Thunderdome Sid, my favorite.
Like the first half of Thunderdome is really good, and then the second half is just kind of okay.
Okay.
Just turn to Ramus.
I did. That's the only thing he ever says. How did you know Ram? Well, I guess you did play League of Legends.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ramus because you just make people hit you, and then you're like, "Why are you hitting me?" And hurting yourself. And then you die because you're playing League of Legends.
Jesus.
Okay.
Backtracking a little bit to video game news, Far Cry 4 was announced at some point, and we haven't talked about it, so there's that.
I am looking forward to it for the most part. I like Far Cry 3 a lot. I really like the way it played. The story was okay, and I think that them moving away from a stereotypically tropical or desert environment to like the Himalayas is really interesting, and I will totally give it a go.
It's gonna be doing something at E3, which is like 2 weeks away. So
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
yeah.
Also,
Some point in June.
Blood Dragon.
Yeah, Blood Dragon is really fucking good. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh Jesus, what?
There's another Payday 2 update, and it's called the Shadow Raid. And I clicked on the link to the page, and it's like the Payday guys, and there's a fucking samurai armor behind them.
What?
I'm gonna link it. Hold on.
I gotta see this.
Also, there's
Son,
music playing.
Payday 2 fixed.
Shadow Raid? No, music off. My God.
Apparently, it's a new job. Oh my god.
So you steal samurai armor?
I guess.
Stealth only heist.
What if you awaken the spirits of the dead? They fucking cleave you in
Kill
half
you.
or something?
If you are spotted and cannot contain the situation, the alarm will be sounded and you have 60 seconds to finish the job and get out.
What does the building blow up?
Probably. It's probably just
If
such
you-
a shutdown.
If you fail to make it to the pickup spot with the required loot, it's game over. There is no plan B.
Well, shit. I do love the very dramatic, like, Left 4 Dead style poster. I hate the default mask of the 4 characters. They're all terrible.
Yeah, they're not great.
Those
Oh,
are really. Huh, that's neat.
no, why are you in a spooky windswept cave all of a sudden?
It's a plane.
Cave plane.
I might actually have to get this update, which means I'll have to get one of the other updates. Oh well, they're like $5. That's fine.
Well, this is totally free, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so. I just saw it somewhere.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's free. Sweet.
Yep, free update
Oh, I should probably
available
still
tomorrow.
get the sniper update. But yeah.
Ooh. All right, we'll do. Let's do one more question.
Okay.
Let's see here. It says Brian wrote in, and the Brian is spelled with a Y, so you know they're serious.
Brian.
They ask, what are your favorite parody songs? No Weird Al. This is a strange stipulation.
Oh, fuck off.
They said they said mine would easily be narrowed down to 3, all from V the musical, Sisfire in there, and Friends in the Industry, which I've never heard any of those. Mine, and it's actually going to be the exit song for this podcast, is Pharaoh's Throne, which is a parody, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged parody of Little Gaga's or Lady Gaga's Telephone by Little Karibo.
Okay, so I don't think it's my favorite parody song because I had it for a second, I just lost it. But they're Bald This Way. By Team 4 Star is really good.
Oh, that is a good one.
Because it's Nappa doing Born This Way.
They need
It's
more
Nappa and
Nappa.
Krillin.
They're so bald.
Need to work in more Nappa somehow. I don't really listen to parody music, so I'm struggling to find something here.
There's got to be like a Pokemon parody.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I've just never listened to it.
Did you watch that like 8-minute long version of the Pokemon rap that was all like 800 Pokemon and the guy is like dying?
Oh yeah, I did. You linked that to me, didn't you? That was fucking
It was
an
brutal.
investment.
There was I think I don't know if that's a favorite. That's another one that I kind of like is We Didn't Start the Flame War. That was on College Humor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was We Didn't Start the Fire, but it was all about like fucking internet like fights and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was alright. But
I
no
guess
Weird Al, that is bullshit.
This
the only
isn't-
other thing would be like Dr. Demento, and I don't know any Dr. Demento songs, so.
I guess this isn't really a parody. I don't know. You can be the judge of that. But if you go to this channel called 10-Second Songs on YouTube, this guy's done a couple different like pop songs, but he does them in 20 different styles. Like, he just switches in the middle of doing the song.
And
those are both of them that he's done so far are really good. The first one's the best.
I just listened to a guy do Slayer's Raining Blood on banjo, and it was really good.
That sounds intense.
It was really good. Like, it still has like the bass guitar and drum and all that, but it's fucking like the main guitar is banjo, and it's great.
And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Extra Man songs. Just because.
That's right.
Do you know any?
Off the top of my head, hell no. It's been 6 months since you did an Extra Man song.
I'm pretty sure it's been longer than that.
Probably. Jesus.
Boys to Extra Man. That's the old era. It's like the mid age. It's like the bronze age of Tenfey. Maybe silver.
I was going to say, let's do the last thing you played that you could even do a Boys to Extra Man song, but you're playing Conquer.
Well, all the extra lives are fluffy tails that I touch, and I already touched on that song in the last podcast. So that's why there's no Boys to Extra Man. Boys to Fluffy Tails.
Otherwise, yeah, I'm going way back in through the playlist to see if there's something that you could even do a Boys to Extra Man song to.
Well, there's always 1AM Gaming. I usually play old games on that, and they always have lives. Mm-hmm. The plural of life.
When's the next 1AM Gaming?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I think I tried to record it once the other night, but I was too tired. I can't remember. It's so strange. Are there any new game demos I can download so YouTube can get mad at me for having a fucking cutscene in a video?
Maybe. I feel like there was something.
You don't know, maybe?
I don't know, maybe.
Or something.
I feel like there was a demo of something, but you'd have to check. I can't remember off the top of my head. If I do or I hear it again or something, I will be sure to fucking tell you. I hope it's something rage-inducing, too. That's always fun.
That doesn't happen anymore. All new video games are too well designed.
Sure.
And balanced. They're all produced by Fox News. O'Reilly Games.
Ugh. I feel like you just go around. That would be like GTA, except all you do is blow up abortion clinics.
God damn.
We're so controversial. Right here at the end. We lure everybody in with 2 hours of us rambling about bullshit, and then we hit them right at the end.
Tom Cruise.
Fucking Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. What Tom Cruise movie should I watch this week?
None, because they're Tom Cruise movies.
He runs so good.
Mission Impossible 1.
Jeff told me Mission Impossible 3 is good, and Simon Pegg is apparently in that one as well. Maybe I'll watch that.
He is in that one. I remember seeing that movie, and I don't remember much about that movie other than Simon Pegg is in it. I think Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and so is that guy who died recently because of heroin.
Heroin Joe.
Whose name I am forgetting.
Jim Belushi. Grover.
Capote.
Capote? The monster? Seymour Butts.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, he died?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died
of like a heroin overdose.
Well, shit.
Did they confirm that and everything? Like,
I'm pretty sure they did.
It wasn't he found with a needle in his arm anyway?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he poked himself with a needle and got scared and had a heart attack. It happens.
I fucking would, but I have a problem with needles, so.
They're so scary. Why? Why can't they just rub liquids on your arm and let you absorb it like a frog?
They have stuff that can let you do that, but I don't think it's nearly as well.
It's not as strong.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what if you had it injected up your ass?
Fairly certain that'd be worse.
It helps you get drunk quicker, I hear.
Pretty sure butt chugging is not a good idea, so. That's what I've heard.
I keep forgetting you're a
to
college kid, and so you know all these
so
things.
I know the terms and the slang for this bullshit.
Wes, you need to go to a cool frat party, like infiltrate it as a dude bro, and then give us a report on it. Do you have any shirts with collars and visors you can wear sideways?
No, but I have some friends. I might be able to get in.
You have to be so undercover, but you have to be very careful not to give away that you're not a dude bro.
As long as I don't see anything too sketchy going on, I'll be safe.
Just don't talk. Pretend you're one of those deaf mute dude bros. You're the laughing dude bro.
Jesus.
Noah, where are you?
Huh?
I'm making Ghost of the Shell references. I need you.
Oh, your fingers open up and you start typing really, really fast.
Ah, I love it. And then you bleed milk. And then you're like, Mr. Bato.
And then you try to open the top of a robot spider tank hatch, and your arms come off.
That series is strange. I don't understand the continuity of it.
Well, it's not related to the movies.
Oh. Well, that's terrible.
You're terrible.
Well, I know, but I'm also not a critically acclaimed anime series.
Well, you know, we can only try so much.
Oh, Tenfey the anime. What genre would it be? Slice of life?
Of course.
Magical girl?
It would be like Nichijou, even though I've only seen clips of Nichijou.
I'll one up you. I have no fucking idea what it is. Don't just tell us. Tell the people at home.
It's a slice of life.
Oh God, hold on. In the night sky, a strange object approaches Earth. Oh no, it's opening and a strange being walks out. Hugh, man, explain to me these Ichichos.
I don't know enough about Nichijou to tell you. I can only link you this clip.
But the alien's gonna kill you.
No, the alien needs to ask you about JoJo's Part 2.
Hugh, man, I have no computer to click your hyperlinks. Okay, I'm gonna watch this muted and describe it to the people at home. Okay, here's Nichijou. There's an anime girl. She sees a deer. The deer is eating grass. She became a black and white picture. She's so shocked and talking to the deer. She turns around and she's super nervous. The deer is possessed or something. No wonder. A crazy old man is sneaking up on the deer with a rope. It's the principal. Oh my God, what is he? Why is he sneaking up on the deer with a rope? I don't understand. Oh God, the deer hurt him. He made a little lasso. The deer headbutted the shit out of him. Oh my, he has to be dead. He has to be dead. The deer is standing so stoically while the principal writhes in pain on the ground. Oh God, the principal stood back up. He pulled a deer biscuit out of his coat, whatever that is.
I'm pretty sure these are like Street Fighter references. They have like the ink splotches.
The deer headbutted the shit out of him again.
Holy fuck.
The girl is like everyone. The principal is dying. She's the only one witnessing it. Oh God, he's getting back up. Oh God, he's climbing up the turnbuckle, which is a statue of himself.
Go for the elbow drop, old man.
What is he going to do? He did a backflip, and there's a luchador superimposed, and he fell flat on the ground on his face. Oh, he's climbing
into nothing.
He's climbing up on top of the bust of himself again. He's sweating. The exasperation. Okay, he climbed back down. He's too exhausted. Now he looks embarrassed. It's a stalemate.
Cody Rhodes moonsault. You hit.
He got headbutted to fucking splinters again, and it looks like Street Fighter 4 whenever it happens. Okay, he has to be dead. He's solid white, laying on the ground, and the girl is just freaking out. Okay, oh God, she turned around slowly. He's getting back up. He's so determined. He hasn't opened his eyes. He ripped his shirt off. He's wearing a Kevlar vest. The deer, he grabbed the deer. They're in a fucking MMA fucking grapple battle. All right, what is he going to do? He suplexed the deer. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Look at that bridge. That was a perfect
That's fucking
bridge.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, the deer.
That deer does not give a fuck either.
And it's just it, because I can't hear it. It's muted. His hair fell off. That was how it ended.
I like how he has a toupee that just covers the back of his head.
I'm so exhausted from watching
Oh my god, that was amazing. I had to mute my mic for a minute there.
I wondered why it was dead silent. It's because I was too into it.
I had to fucking mute my mic or we couldn't hear you because I'd have been laughing too hard.
Somebody needs to take my audio of describing that and superimpose it over that clip so that way people can get the full experience. Noah, don't you link me to another one. I can't handle it. No, I'm not watching the second one, Noah. It's too much. It's too much. Also, that video is getting liked and added to my favorites.
That is, yeah, that
was fucking beautiful, dude.
I'm gonna come back to that one here in a minute.
There's going to be a link to this video in the description of this podcast on YouTube, so be sure. For maximum effect, even though this is after the fact, you should have loaded the clip and muted it so you could have watched it as I narrated it.
If not, go back and do it again.
Yeah, if you didn't watch it, then go back and do it again. Well, so many spoilers, though. Damn it. If only right. I had the ability to edit the past when I made this and put new audio in it. But I don't.
Rip the video
you
off
man,
YouTube
tell me about Jojo.
We can't. It's the end of the podcast.
God damn it.
We'll do it next week.
Next time, Gadget.
End of the podcast basically has been is just like, we're done.
The next podcast is just going to be about JoJo Season 2 because that's how long it's going to take for me to describe this shit. I'm just going to watch it in real time and describe it, and it'll be shorter. I think we had a good time. I think the deer suplex saved the entire podcast. People were like, I don't know about TENFENITY Podcast episode 12. Like, I'm going to give it one more minute and then I'm exiting out of it. And that was when deer suplex hit. And they were like, they fucking saved it.
They watched almost to the end and they're like, oh, give them one more minute. Like,
one more fucking minute.
I've watched for over 2 hours, but one more fucking minute. And then these guys are assholes.
I'm done. I'm dead. I'm going to burn all my Tenfey merchandise.
And then that moment happened, and then you were just like, dude, bros, get in here.
Oh. And you're there because it's the party you secretly infiltrated. And you're like, what is up, fellow dude bro? You're going to walk into the party and be like, dude bros, explain to me these keg stands.
Oh, Jesus. Pretty sure I'd get kicked out immediately.
Oh, dude bros
I'd either get kicked out or immediately become their king.
Dude bros hate explanation demanding aliens. Almost as much as they hate rules.
And chicks with tops on?
Yes. And dry t-shirts. All right.
What? All right.
We did good. We talked about video games, shared a few laughs. Talked about Turok and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise rock.
Tom fucking Cruise.
I'm going to see if that Turok game's on Steam.
And so now we're announcing Turok the movie starring Tom Cruise.
Jesus Christ.
He is not Native American at all.
Well, yeah, but he was the last samurai, so I don't see why that matters.
No, he wasn't. Ken Watanabe was the last samurai.
He was?
Yes.
What did Tom Cruise do? Did he run to Japan?
He stood there and watched it all happen.
He stood there and counted the samurai, and then he was like, oh, there's like one left. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Steam load. God damn it.
Tom Cruise. Why do we fall?
Oh. I might play some speedrunners after this. That sounds fun.
Some what?
Speedrunners.
That was a game, and you didn't even talk about it on our podcast about video games.
I did talk about it. It's one of the games I played.
You didn't say
the one in beta on Steam.
Oh.
You run and you jump and you slide, and it's fucking great. It's 4-player competitive racing platforming, and it's good. Get it? It's like $10.
That sounds exhausted.
But you don't actually do any of the running.
Yeah, but doing it in a video game still wears you out because you got to be like, oh god, I got to jump. Oh god, I got to slide. Oh god, Rush is a motorcycle.
Lots of swinging.
Oh god.
So you cheat on your wife? No, it's not cheating if you swing, right?
She's swinging too, so
there you go. I wonder why they call it that. Is it because you swing your wife around you and throw her at another man, and you're like, I'm gonna fuck that man's wife?
Yes,
I guess.
I love the historical accuracy of our podcast.
The origins of the term swingers.
I'm not gonna look that up. I have to draw the line somewhere. And I think that's it.
Pharaoh, Pharaoh, your foolishness forces me to sing. I shall have both your throne and your millennium ring.
Listen, Limey, I don't think you understand a thing. Everybody knows that it is good to be the king. I've had some good to be the king. I've had some good to be the king. I've had some. Everybody knows that it is good to be the king. Just because you have a sexy scar upon your face, you think you've got the right to command the Egyptian race. To stand against the pharaoh is a fight you're bound to lose. To beat you I don't need my pants or even leather shoes. Stop moaning, stop groaning, I stopped caring hours ago. Only a fool picks a fight with the pharaoh. Stop moaning, stop groaning, I don't even want to know how in the hell you got screen time on this show. I'm taking you to school. I'm taking you to school. It's time to do. You know it's time to do. You know it's time to do. So what do you want? Come on, throw me a bone, cause you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. Flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. What do you want? Come on, throw me a bone, cause you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. You flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne.
The way you slaughtering my home, even if it was your father, made my rage grow faster, made me a right bastard. You might be the pharaoh, but now I'm the dungeon master, bringing a disaster. Pardon all my laughter.
Not for nothing, but your nonsense is kind of a bore. I was more intimidated by those guys from season 4. Sometimes I wonder who you think that you are fooling. I summon my Egyptian gods cause we'll be dueling. Slifer! We'll be dueling. We'll be dueling. So summon all your monster cards cause we'll be dueling. Stop moaning, stop groaning, I stopped caring hours ago. Only a fool picks a fight with the pharaoh. Stop moaning, stop groaning, I don't even want to know how in the hell you got screen time on this show. Stop moaning, stop groaning, we stopped caring hours ago. Who in the hell picks a fight with the pharaoh? Stop moaning, stop groaning, I don't even want to know how in the hell you got screen time on this show. I'm taking you to school. I'm taking you to school. It's time to do. You know it's time to do. You know it's time to do. So what do you want? Come on, throw me a bone, cause you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. Flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. What do you want? Come on, throw me a bone, cause you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. You can flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. My pharaoh's throne. My pharaoh's throne. You can flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne. My pharaoh's throne. My pharaoh's throne. You can flip all the cards in your trap card zone, but you're not gonna take my pharaoh's throne.